Imagine a killer so intelligent that decades after his crimes, he still challenges the brightest minds in criminal investigation. We're talking about the Zodiac, one of the most enigmatic serial killers in history. Between the 1960s and 1970s, he terrorized the San Francisco Bay Area in the United States, committing brutal murders and sending encrypted letters to newspapers, daring the police to decipher his messages. What makes this case even more terrifying is that despite numerous clues and suspects, the Zodiac's identity was never discovered. And here's a chilling fact. In one of his letters, the Zodiac claimed to have killed 37 people, but only 7 victims were confirmed. He also included symbols and codes that, to this day, have not been fully deciphered. Some experts believe he was a mathematical genius, while others think he simply enjoyed toying with the authorities. But what's truly shocking about this case is the killer's audacity. He even called the police after one of his crimes, describing details only the perpetrator could know. And even with all modern technology, the case remains open, fueling theories and speculation. Could the Zodiac still be alive, watching from afar? Or did he die years ago, taking his secrets to the grave? In a small village in Germany in 1922, one of the most bizarre and inexplicable crimes in history occurred: the Hinterkaifeck massacre. 6 people were brutally murdered on an isolated farm, including 2 children. What makes this case so disturbing are the details. Days before the crime, the family reported hearing footsteps in the attic and finding a strange newspaper on the property. They even called a carpenter to check, but nothing was found. Here's a macabre fact. After the murders, the killer continued to live on the farm for several days, tending to the animals and even eating the family's food. When the bodies were finally discovered, it had already started to snow, erasing any trace of the criminal. And the most terrifying part? No one was ever arrested for the crime, and the case remains unsolved to this day. Theories abound, from a disgruntled neighbor to a deserter from World War I. But what really happened at Hinterkaifeck? Was the killer someone close to the family, or a complete stranger who chose this isolated farm as his stage of horror? Do you believe in curses? The case of Robert the Doll might make you think twice. In the early 20th century, a supposedly cursed doll terrorized the family of Robert Eugene Otto in Key West, USA. It's said that the doll, a gift from a maid who practiced black magic, began moving on its own, laughing loudly at night, and even attacking people. But what's truly shocking are the reports that the doll was responsible for several unexplained deaths. And here's a spine-chilling fact. Robert the Doll still exists and is on display at a museum in Key West. Visitors report feeling a strange energy when approaching it, and many believe the doll is still alive. Some even ask the doll for permission before taking photos, claiming that otherwise bad things happen. But is all of this real, or just a well-told urban legend? What we do know is that the case of Robert the Doll continues to fascinate and terrify people around the world, raising questions about what truly exists beyond our understanding. So would you dare to visit Robert the Doll? Let us know in the comments. In 2014, the world was shocked by the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 with 239 people on board. The plane simply vanished from radar during a routine flight between Kuala Lumpur and Beijing. Despite one of the largest search operations in history, only a few pieces of debris were found, and the plane's whereabouts remain a mystery. Before disappearing, the plane made an inexplicable change in course, deviating completely from its planned route. Theories abound, from technical failures to a possible hijacking by the crew. But what really happened to MH370? Will we ever discover the truth? What makes this case even more distressing are the families of the victims who to this day seek answers and justice. The disappearance of MH370 is not just a mystery, but a tragedy that left deep scars around the world. In 2013, the case of Elisa Lam shocked the world and became one of the most mysterious disappearances of the modern era. Elisa, a Canadian student, was last seen at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, a place known for its dark history and connection to bizarre crimes. Days later, her body was found in one of the hotel's water tanks. But how did she get there? Security camera footage shows Elisa acting strangely in the elevator, as if fleeing from someone or something invisible. And here's a curious fact. The Cecil Hotel has been the scene of numerous crimes and tragedies, including suicides and murders. Some even call it the most haunted hotel in America. Did the location have something to do with what happened to Elisa? Or was it just a tragic coincidence? The case gained even more attention because the circumstances of her death seemed to defy logic. How did she access the restricted area of the water tanks? And why did the cameras capture nothing beyond her strange behavior in the elevator? To this day, the mystery remains, fueling theories ranging from mental health issues to supernatural interventions. So what do you think really happened to Elisa Lam? Share your theory in the comments. In 1996, the world was shocked by the murder of JonBenet Ramsey, a 6-year-old girl who was a minor celebrity in child beauty pageants in the United States. Her body was found in the family's basement hours after her parents reported her missing. The case made international headlines not only because of the brutality of the crime, but also due to the highly suspicious circumstances. A ransom note was found in the house, demanding $118,000, a specific amount that matched a recent bonus received by JonBenet's father. However, the girl's body was found inside the house, raising doubts about the note's authenticity. Additionally, the family was initially considered suspects, but no one was ever convicted of the crime. The JonBenet Ramsey case is one of the most investigated in American criminal history, but even after decades, there are still no conclusive answers. Theories range from family involvement to the possibility of an intruder. What do you think? Will the truth ever come to light? In 1959, a group of 9 experienced Soviet hikers died under inexplicable circumstances in the Ural Mountains, in a location that became known as Dyatlov Pass. When their bodies were found, the scene was one of complete chaos. The tent was torn from the inside, as if they had fled in panic, and some of the bodies were found without clothes, despite freezing temperatures. Some of the hikers had extremely strange injuries, such as internal fractures with no external marks and even missing tongues. Additionally, tests revealed that some of their clothing was highly radioactive. What could have caused all of this? Theories range from avalanches to UFO encounters or secret military experiments. The Dyatlov Pass case remains one of the greatest mysteries in history, and to this day, there is no definitive explanation for what happened to the group. Will we ever discover the truth, or will this mystery remain unsolved forever? In 2004, a series of murders in Fort Worth, Texas, left the police and the public on edge. The killer, nicknamed the Sombrero Man, broke into homes at night and killed the residents with shocking brutality. What makes this case even more terrifying is that the Sombrero Man was never identified or captured. He simply disappeared, leaving behind a trail of terror and mystery. And here's a chilling fact. The nickname Sombrero Man came about because one of the surviving victims described the killer as wearing a large hat, similar to a sombrero. However, this is one of the few clues the police have about him. The Sombrero Man case is a reminder that even with all modern technology and resources, some criminals manage to escape justice. Could he still be out there, waiting for the right moment to strike again? Or did he die long ago, taking his secrets to the grave? So what do you think? Will this mystery ever be solved? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more spine-chilling stories like this one. See you next time.